my test debut against India, my highest score against India.
You were out on 92.
I was plumb LBW. LBW. Billy Bowden gave me not out. Anil Kumble, I think it was a wrong and I went back to block the ball, hit me on the pad. I thought I was absolutely plumb and given not out.
Good work, George. I like it.
Shiny enough?
Yeah, not quite.
Okay, guys, hurry up. You've got to start the show.
All right, there you go.
That's
okay.
better.
No
See,
hair
now
there.
that's what sandpaper should be used for.
Exactly right. I tell you what, it looks like a 10-pin bowling ball there. Just put the 2 fingers through the eyes, the thumb up the nose, and we'll roll him down and hit the 10 pins, eh?
What that duck! Guys, welcome here. And
Vikram,
Sandpaper Gate has changed world cricket, isn't it?
Thanks for having us. Yeah, look, it's been an interesting couple of months, to be honest. It's been tough as an Australian sporting fan to go through what we've gone through. But I think the players have copped their punishment. They've accepted their punishment, and I think it's time for the game to move forward, to allow the players to now deal with what they've got to deal with. And the new 11 players that take the field really need the support of Australian fans and cricket fans.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm worried, Hoggy, is that carpenters years later will go to cricket shops to get sandpaper rather than mechanical stores.
Well, the difficult thing for me was Cameron Bancroft. I've seen him grow up as a 13-year-old. He plays club cricket at my club. And it just showed that, we've got a lot of tradies at my club, and one's a carpenter and a cabinet maker. And he rang Cameron up straight away and said, the way that you operated on that ball with that sandpaper, you're not getting a job with me, mate. So
It's still too early for these jokes, you two.
Oh, you've got to move on.
Still too early.
I think the good thing about it is that Cameron Bancroft's taken it on the chin. He's only a young player. He's given his place away for free, as he said, and he's moved on. He's ready to find a new chapter in his life, and he can't wait to get back into cricket, which is a good sign.
Okay, guys, now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, one question to you, Brad Hogg, first, is every photograph of yours ever while bowling is... Why the hell do you do that? You know, let me tell you a theory behind this. Agassi said that about Boris Becker, that if you knew the direction of his tongue, you could actually predict the serve direction. Is your tongue the Google map for your deliveries?
Look, a lot of batsmen say that. No, it's just when I concentrate on everything I do, the tongue comes out. So
Okay.
And I'm saying everything I do, yes. So
It's probably too much information, Bradley.
Michael, get your head out of the gutter. But one player who could pick me from the top of my mark was Mike Hussey. I used to bowl to him in the nets day in, day out, and we came through the WA ranks together. And I only started leg spin bowling when I was 23 years of age, and he was, I think he was around about 19 at that stage. And I just wanted to work on it, and he wanted to improve his game against spin. And that's how we developed it.
But did you write somewhere yourself that Hussey could actually pick you from the bowling run-up?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. So, and the good thing about Michael, he's coached and played with other teams. He hasn't let that secret out. So, good stuff, Michael.
By the way, I just give you this information that in some cultures, like in Tibet, doing this is a mark of respect. So in Tibet, you can be really famous.
Oh, right, yeah.
Learn something new every day. There you go, George. You're being respectful by sticking your tongue out.
Finally, I've
Who
done
would've
something
thought?
respectful.
Who
Thank
would've
you.
thought?
That's a great piece of information. That's just changed my world completely. Vikram. Brilliant.
Welcome to What the Duck. Did you pick bowlers from the way they behaved, the way they ran, or something they did? Like they used to say that when Malcolm Marshall came and he did something to his trousers, you knew it was going to be a bouncer.
Not really. You try and watch everything you can as a batsman, but for me it was all about the hand. If you could see the ball in the hand and the seam of the ball, that was so important. So whether it was spin, you could see which way the seam was going for a leg break or a wrong un. Reverse swing, same thing. I tried to watch the ball so close. I wanted to see if I wanted to try and pick up what side was shiny, what side was rough, to try and help me there. But yeah, I found the key to batting was trying to watch the ball as close as you possibly could for as long as you could. So that generally started as the bowler had the ball up and was ready to release it.
And I think, Michael, that's true with him. He had the quickest feet of any batsman that I'd bowled to. He was just down the track, you'd shorten it up, he'd still find that extra step to get there. He was just a class act to bowl against. I'm not saying that because he's sitting here.
Thanks, Georgie boy.
You focused with your chewing gum. You know, I've always seen Michael Clarke, you know, when taking strike, you know, you had the style, and then in the slips.
Yeah.
What was that? Chewing gum for focusing? Just like he did?
Not really. I think the two things I always used were chewing gum, and then when I fielded, I always had lip balm. I've had a number of skin cancers cut out of my face, so I always wore sunscreen and tried to protect my lips. Chewing gum, I think, was more because you spend so much time in the field, something in my mouth. But yeah, it wasn't superstitious, or there was no. If I didn't have chewing gum, it didn't matter too much. But and the spitting on my hands was about trying to get some moisture on my hands before I caught the ball. I found if my hands were dry, the ball could slip out of my hand. So just a little bit of sweat or a little bit of spit would put moisture on my hands before, or just in preparation for the ball to come to me. But yeah.
But do you know there's actually a research which says that if you use the gum, your performance increases because the adrenaline goes down and you are de-stressed. You are an angry captain, maybe that helped you.
I didn't have enough chewing gum then, because I can tell you I was definitely stressed. I needed to have another packet in my mouth.
But did you have any superstition? Cricketing superstition?
The only real superstition I had was my jockstrap. I never washed my jockstrap. But yeah, it was always over a pair of shorts and that. Yeah,
no
but
wonder
I
they didn't want you
never
in the
batted.
dressing room.
No, sit the
I
other
only
side.
used it when I batted, so I never batted long enough. Our batting lineup was too good. The only times I ever batted more than half an hour were if the top order had failed, and that didn't happen so regularly. So my jockstrap stayed pretty clean for 10 years. Actually, I still had it. So I'd retired for 3 years. I'd gone into my kit. I hadn't picked up a bat and ball for that 3 years. And I was sitting there and I looked out the jockstrap and I said, right, it looks...
No. Surely you're going to wash it.
No. First innings, jockstrap back on, but it snapped. So,
But he's not retiring for the next 25 years, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, he's nearly 60. He's still playing. He was saying the other day he wants to come play for Australia again. He's unbelievable. But one thing I will say about Hoggy, playing alongside him, the days, because again, you play so much cricket, you're away from your family, you're touring, you do get tired, you do get fatigued, you do miss home. Hoggy was always the type of player that he would always get you up. He brings this energy, and you know, you see it here today, and you see it when you commentate with him. It was no different when he played. He's that type of personality that really he makes you smile, you know. And I think it's been absolutely brilliant that he's continued to play cricket. I hope he's not still playing at 60, but if he wants to, he wants to. But I think it's great for young players as well to see, you know, someone at Hoggy's age that could be doing something else, and he's played cricket for such a long time, still have that enthusiasm for the game. I think that's a great sign for the game of cricket. It shows when someone loves it as much as he does, you know, that's inspiring to young boys and girls.
This is something I have against you. You loved India. 1 triple hundred, 1 double hundred, then best bowling figures, 6 for 9. I mean, we've been so nice to you. We welcome you. We treat you as royalty. And this is what you do to us.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. It wasn't personal. I liked winning. I liked having success. Look, India's always been close to my heart, you know, from a very young age. At the age of 7, my batting coach, his family was from India. He coached me up until I was 24 years of age, so I had that Indian connection straight away. My first class debut in Australia for New South Wales was against a touring Indian team. My test debut against India. My highest score against India.
You were out on 92.
I was plumb LBW. Billy Bowden gave me not out. Anil Kumble, I think it was a wrong, and I went back to block the ball. Hit me on the pad. I thought I was absolutely plumb and given not out. So I got away with one there, but that's the game, isn't it?
You had the baggy green in the last, 10 balls.
Yeah, I called for my baggy green when I think I was 97 or 98. And my reason for that was I said to my father as a young boy, if I was ever lucky enough to play for Australia and got close enough to making 100, then I wanted to wear my baggy green to make my first 100. Wow. And fortunately, I got to that position and took that risk. It could have looked quite funny or silly if I had have got out, but to me it was that, you know, I've always had a special bond with my father, and that's why I did it. I promised him I would, and I'm happy I did.
What a fantastic debut. And yours, Hoggy?
My debut? That was I debuted against Zimbabwe in Sri Lanka in a one-day, but my first test was back in 1996 in Delhi. And yeah, that was very interesting. Kumbalay got me out twice the same way, so very quick learner. Averaged about 1.5 when I left that game. So with the bat.
But you started as a batsman. You started as a
Yeah, I
batsman.
started
You
as a
wanted to
batsman.
become Michael Clarke, but you became Brad Hogg.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing there, Mark Taylor, I was bowling to Sourav Ganguly, and I decided to come around the wicket. And I'd only just started bowling leg spinners a year and a half before, so I'd never ever tampered with spin bowling before that. Probably 1 year of off spin in grade cricket. And Mark Taylor comes up, "What are you coming around the wicket for, Hoggy?" I said, "Mate, just for something different." He goes, "What are your plans?" I said, "I've got no idea, mate. I'm just winging it." And you know, I just had no real knowledge of leg spin bowling. I was meant to go there as Shane Warne's understudy. I wasn't really meant to play, and Warney got injured, and they've decided, well, we've got to play the young man, see what he's got. And so, to Mark Taylor's credit, he said, "Right, we're just going to have square leg or deep square leg 10 metres behind square, a leg slip, a 45 and a slip. We're going to try and get in a sweep hard in front of square, and, you know, we might get the top edge." First ball went for 6 over mid-on, and I looked out Mark. I said, "Plan's going pretty well at the moment." And next ball, Ganguly swept it, top edge, and caught our first slip. But Mark Waugh had to run a couple of metres to short fine leg to catch it. But at least I can say to my grandchildren, the first slip caught my first delivery. So
Nice one.
yeah, I can lie to them. Yeah.
Talking about mates, one of your best mates is Brian Lara. And I'm not talking about Shane Warne right now.
Yeah.
And you know, every kid growing up when they play their cricket, for example, I had Kapil Dev's poster. Kapil Dev's poster was always like this. And in your house, you had Brian Lara's poster, which is very interesting because normally a right-handed batsman would have a right-handed batsman as a hero.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. I growing up as a kid, I always loved the way Tendulkar and Lara were the two standouts for me. Two very different batsmen, but two great batsmen that you would always, for me as a young boy, we couldn't afford to go to the games to watch. So to watch on television, you would never miss an occasion. And yeah, I loved Brian's style. I loved that he played spin very well. He was aggressive. He hit the ball to different areas. And he was, you know, probably in a West Indies team that through a period wasn't that successful. He always still seemed to stand up and lead from the front. So, you know, I envied that. And then throughout the years, you know, I was lucky enough, well, my very first tour to West Indies in 2003, Steve Waugh's last tour. Damien Martin broke his thumb during the World Cup, so I got caught in. So I flew on my own. The team was already in the Caribbean. I landed at the airport. I think it was in Guyana. And Brian Lara walked through the airport and saw me standing there and asked if I was going to the team hotel. I said, "I am Mr. Lara, you know. I can't believe his picture of Brian Lara on my wall, and now I'm having the chance to meet him." We got in the taxi, started talking. He thought I was a journalist from Australia. And I told him I'm actually here with the squad, replacing Damien Martin. And then our friendship just built from there. That whole tour, you know, in between the games when we weren't training and I had free time, I would spend time with Brian. He invited me to his house. We just built a really good connection and friendship. And fortunately, that's continued. I'm still in regular contact with him now. And he helped me a lot through my career as well. Even though I was playing against him or against the West Indies, he always took that that care and that personal interest in my individual performance, and I'll always be extremely respectful for that.
So your hero becomes your buddy. What a nice story.
Amazing, yeah.
You could bowl well to Lara?
Me? Look,
Got him out a few times, didn't you, John?
I got him
Yeah,
out
you
a few
did.
times.
You did,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's apart from Ganguly, he's probably one of my test bunnies. Didn't have time to bowl to anyone else. He just occupied the crease for so long. But the best ball I've ever bowled in Test cricket or in international cricket, it was bowling to Brian Lara, and I've walked past Rudy Kirsten after Ganga from the West
Darren
Indies.
Ganga,
Yeah, he worked one down to square leg and got the one, and Brian Lara's on strike. I've walked past Rudy Kirsten and I've gone, "Rudy, I'm going for the back spinner, mate. Hopefully it goes straight like it's meant to, and going to wrap him right in front of the stumps, LBW. And Rudy's gone, "Mate, you know Shane Warne, just go back and bowl." So anyway, I came in and bowled. It's just come out beautifully. Brian Lara's just planted that front foot in front of middle and off. It's skidded on. He's tried to whip me through my wicket. It's gone on, wrapped him on the pad. I'm up. The beauty, I've got him out. And Rudy's given it not out. I am fuming. And I walked past Rudy. I said, I told you what I was going to do. And you didn't show me any respect. You told me I'm no Shane Warne. Well, I just showed you that I'm a bit better than Warney at the moment. And he goes, I didn't have enough time to see if it turned or not. I said there was a good 2 feet in front of the in front of where the ball pitched and hit him in the pad. He didn't give it out. So a few more choice words. Next ball, mid on 6. So
That is life.
I still got him out that time. I still got him out that day. He was on about 90, I think.
280.
Oh, no, he didn't quite. I managed to bowl a little tighter. I only went for 7 and over, not 10 and over that day. But came around the wicket and bowled a flipper. Last ball of the day, I think it was. It was the last ball of the day. He tried to sweep me, leg stump.
Got him, George.
Got him.
Nice.
Off he goes. But I've gone up to grab the leg stump and I'm trying to tug it out because it had a camera in there. There's wires in there and the techno guy's running out. Hoggy, don't do it, don't pull it. I said, bugger your technology, I've just got Brian Lara around the stump, so I'm taking it and getting him to sign it. So I wanted the camera as well, just to have that photo of it as well. But
Nice.
Yeah.
And how would Rudy Kurtzen do?
No,
Yeah, very slow, wasn't he, Rudy?
no, well, he wasn't.
Brilliant umpire. I
Brilliant.
thought Rudy was a brilliant umpire and a lovely guy. But yeah, as a batsman, you see it just start and you go, no, Rudy, put it back down.
Well, he wasn't going to give it out LB, so I had to bowl him. So
You got Sachin's wicket.
yeah, I have. Don't
Yeah.
worry about that.
How-
It's in there. Satch, how are you, mate? Yeah. No,
So what, once, twice?
I think I've only got him once. So that was in Hyderabad one day, and beautiful piece of bowling. He's gone back to cut a short pitch leg spinner. It hit a rock and did something a little bit extra than what I could actually do, and hit that off stump. And I was just so excited because he just played me with absolute ease. He'd drive me, and then I'd try and quicken it up, and he would just late cut me or just pull me behind square. And he was always all over me. But when I got him, I just thought, this is gold. And I'm just running down there. Gillies just grabbed me because he thought I'd do something stupid, and I was just trying to remind Sachin that, hey, I finally got you. It might be the only time I got you, but I got you. So, there was a photo taking of it. So I rang up the actual paper. I said, look, can you send me a proper copy of the photo? Because it's never probably going to happen again. And he said, yeah, that would be good. So in Mumbai here, we were playing at Brabourne Stadium. And I went in the change rooms and said, Sachin, can you please sign this for me? And he wrote, this will never happen again, Sachin Tendulkar. So I'm just waiting for those Masters League when he's on a walking stick so that I have an opportunity to get him out again. Yeah.
When you're talking to the Australians, you've got to talk about two things. One is the Ashes, and the second is sledging. I'm going to start with the second part. A lot of the Australian cricketers write in their autobiographies that there's a strategy of sledging in Australian cricket. So everybody decides and then they hunt in pairs and threes. As a captain of Australia, I want you to tell me, is that so? And how does it happen?
What a load of rubbish.
Oh, Michael.
What a load of rubbish. I never in my life as captain said I had a set plan that we were going to attack a certain player or come up with a team strategy to go and sledge someone. I've always been very open to if people want to say something or you got to cop something, then that's part of the game.
Did you have any funny moments, Hoggy?
Yeah,
Because
look,
sledging is not only about,
I agree with
you know,
that. I agree with that. We were very aggressive. We always try to be a little harder on the captain, but I used to field out point, and Robin Utapa and Dinesh Karthik came on the scene. I was just playing with him down at Kolkata, but I'd be in point. Well, you're not getting it past me, or he's a bit too good for you, don't edge this. It was never anything personal. But I was talking to Robbie Utapa out Kolkata, and he goes, you were always sledging me out point. I said, I wasn't, it was just a bit of banter. And he said, but I couldn't understand what you were saying. So I wasted my whole time, but there was one moment, the T20 World Cup in Durban, when Yuvraj Singh hit the 6 sixes. So we're playing them the next game. Brett Lee's bowling as Yuvi's walked in, and I was 12th man. They didn't really rate Spinners Australia at that stage in the T20 format. Selectors, well, you're thinking hard now, aren't you, about it? But I've run out with the drinks, and I'm running back, and Yuvi's walking past because I'm running out the same direction as he's coming out of the dugout. And I've gone, oh, let's see you hit 6 sixes today, big Yuvi. So I've sat back down in the corner of the dugout, first ball, 6 over square leg, and you just see me sitting like this. So every time I open my mouth, I was always on the receiving end.
I think there was definitely certain players that enjoyed or got a benefit out of saying stuff on the field. Whether I remember having a conversation with Steve Orr about it as a young player. He felt there was times, because you're playing so much cricket, there was times he walked out to bat and felt a bit flat. So he would say something to a fieldsman or a bowler to get a response from them to actually wake him up a little bit.
Nice.
You know, I think about the Australian team that I was lucky enough to come into with so many wonderful players. What we try to do is create an environment of energy. So it didn't necessarily need to be volume out of your mouth. It was movement in the field. It was getting the ball from the keeper and throwing it round to different fieldsmen. It was an environment where the batsmen, everywhere they looked, they would see movement from players, energy from players, and think these guys are all hunting as one.
Okay.
You know, I think there's been a number of occasions where, because you're encouraging your bowler, a fielder, somebody else, in the direction that the batsman's in, the batsman might assume you're having a shot at them. Don't get me wrong, there's been a number of times where you probably are having a shot at them, but yeah, I think when we were at our best, we created that energy that it felt like, geez, they're all, you know, it's all of them versus one or two of us.
Because the Indian team strategy against Steve Waugh was that don't sledge to Steve Waugh. If you do something to him, if you say something to it, he's going to come back hard at you. So you got to relax. That's what Rahul Dravid once said, that, you know, I categorically told all the players when was coming to bat, don't say anything. There was a moment when once nobody said anything, Steve Waugh looked at Rahul Dravid, are you guys going to say something or not?
That's what I say. Every player is different. Some people get a benefit. I never felt I needed somebody to sledge me to wake me up. And you have big fast bowler running in at you, I was awake.
Yeah, that's what they used to say about the mighty West Indian fast bowlers. They didn't say a word, but that was enough. Their presence was enough.
I think that's the best theory in life. It's not what you say, it's what you do. You know, it's very easy for all of us to sit here and try and give advice and think we have the answers, but you have to live it. You have to breathe it every single day. So that's your challenge.
Tell you what, there are two captains, Michle Clarke, and then there's Hoggy as well. We start with you, Michle Clarke. Here's the hammer challenge, and you go now. There you are, it's all happening here. Boy, that is just a glance down. 783. There you are, Hoggy. It's all happening here, Hoggy. Boy, what a ply. There you are. Oh, amazing. 783, 783. That's it. 893. Well done. Hoggy is the winner. Well done. Welcome to the post-match presentation in this wonderful match, the Hammer Challenge match between Michle Clarke and Hoggy. Let me call on the losing captain first, Michle Clarke. Reply.
Thanks, buddy.
What went wrong?
What went right? Not much at all. Lots went wrong. Hoggy too strong, too fit, too strong with the Hammer Challenge. Yeah, too strong.
But how did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, what the duck. Great show. You've had some wonderful people on here, and it's an honour for both Brad and I to get the chance to come on. So thank you, mate.
Thank you very much, Michael. In the end, we'll just do first slip and second slip, your style.
I hope we catch it.
Okay, for the losing captain, here's the gift.
Oh, very kind. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming here on the show.
First time a losing captain gets a gift. Thank you, mate.
Cheers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winning captain, Brad Hogg. Wonderful cricketer, Brad Hogg. Well done.
Thanks, Vikram.
What went right?
This is the first time in about 20 years that I've been associated with Michle Clarke that I've actually beaten him in something. So No, it was all fun. It was a great show. Really enjoyed our time here, and it was just great to sit along one of the legends of Australian cricket and talk with you.
Oh, did you enjoy What the Duck?
Yes, I did. I've made plenty of ducks in my international career, so it's probably quite appropriate that I'm here.
Okay, great. So we'll end this post-match presentation with a hockey-style delivery. Oh, well done.
Generally, it's like that.
So here's a gift for the winning captain, Red Hawk.
Thanks very much, Vikram.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks
Great
for having
coming
us.
on the show.
Cheers. Ta.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers. And that's all we have from the presentation party. If you like the episode, like, share and subscribe. Kar do na yaar.